Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. It's now time for Beef Vegans 101. These are tips and tricks for going back to concerts because it's concert season again. There are a lot of live shows. Of course, shows are being postponed as well, but people are braving the pandemic, going out vaccinated and enjoying some live. Swerved, you guys. Good morning. Welcome to the live stream on a Friday. I hope you guys are feeling good on this Friday. It's going. I don't know why. I got to fix that. Hold on.
Got them titles.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it's Friday and I have been flaking, I guess. Or just trying to get on point here. Blame my girlfriend's family for going out to dinner last night.
Always a good idea.
Yeah. I'm like, rather not spend money and stay up late. I have a good time with them. They're good people. Went to Gentle Ben's, and which is like I'm not fancy. I don't dig that much. It's great if I was in my 20s and want to get laid. It's a meat marketplace. It's a club. So for like dinner, I'm like, it seems like it's overpriced for what it's got, and that's what it was. I had a $24 salad, right? I'm sorry. I'm exaggerating.
Yeah.
It's a $23 salad.
Oh.
And the reason why I got a $23 salad is because it was it $13 for the salad and then $5 extra if you want shrimp on it or $5 extra if you want steak on it. I personally like the surf and turf. So I got both steak and shrimp, right? I was hoping they go half and half or something like that, but that's not how they did it. So they charged me that extra $10. So $23 for a salad. And so my girlfriend saw the tab and she's like, Jesus Christ, you spent $23 on a salad? I'm like, yeah, I got steak and shrimp. Normally I would have only spent $17. And she's like, well, what's the difference between a $17 salad and $23 salad? And I'm like, steak. That's the difference. And I got it. So I have all the protein, and that's the good news. But I'm out $23.
How big was that steak? How big was that salad? It
was not great. Good morning, Christina. It was not worth $23. No. And, I'm not frugal. Like, I'll pay for good stuff, if it's worth it, especially when it comes to food. I'm there to spend money to eat, and I don't take my culinary experiences lightly. I'll get the appetizer and get the good meal. But again, if I'm spending the money, it needs to be worth that in value. And $23 for a salad, like, you can't give me enough arugula. I did not get the amount. I needed a trough of arugula. I needed to bring home leftover salad. That didn't happen. I needed more toppings. I didn't get that. I got candy walnuts, beets, and then my protein.
Beets.
It was a beet salad.
You're not beets vegan.
Yeah, exactly.
He does the radio, I think, up in Phoenix or somewhere else, Tulsa.
Yeah, it's my cousin.
That's right.
My cousin
Beats vegan. Mm-hmm. I like that. We got to use that somewhere else.
Yep. What's going on, my beefles? Welcome to the Friday stream with Powers. Check out how Powers is dressed. Get a full focus on Powers here. Why is he dressed like this? Well, we haven't seen Powers in 2 weeks, so I'll let you take one guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Aloha.
He is 100% in Hawaii mode. He was in Hawaii at his buddy's wedding, and he was officiating and everything else, and the whole story we got when he finally rolled in here this morning, 45 minutes later. This again on Hawaii time. Right.
How dare you?
Dressed like he's still on vacation. Imagine if this was a real job, and it's not. Imagine he goes to his real 9-to-5 job, but he shows up at 9:45 dressed like he just got off the love boat, and you're like, hey, mahalo.
Mahalo's right. I left the lei in the car though. This is professional.
Mm-hmm.
It was itchy.
Yes. Yes. Beets are amazing in a salad, so that's good. I had feta cheese, not goat cheese, and that was good. Was it $23 good? It was not. Good morning, Brian.
Brian knows the deal.
Mm-hmm.
Riding that CM Punk return high. It's true. I'm back. That's right.
Yeah. And yeah, exactly. We still have to do macho news too.
We can do some macho news. I'm all about it.
Yeah. Brian said, he's been riding high, riding the CM Punk return high.
Absolutely.
Yes. I did see CM Punk try to do a go to sleep though.
Yeah.
It did not look that good yet.
No, not.
And the thing is, he's got this first match between Darby Allin. Darby Allin's about 120 pounds, so that's a good match to get into because, Darby will help CM Punk look good. And,
which is interesting. Do you think that's interesting to say?
well, obviously Darby's still young and he's not like an old pro like Ric Flair can get people over and sell that well, but he is light enough to toss around.
Darby can, let's just say Darby can go.
Yes, he can go.
Like,
he's got the cardio. He could take bumps for days.
Yep.
So, and I'm sure in this opening bout, he's going to take a lot of bumps. He's going to do the job for CM Punk.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's stoked about it. So yeah, that first match.
Or let's just start rumors. Or what if Sting gets involved? Heel turn. Darby Sting heels. Oh my goodness.
That's going to happen though.
No, it shouldn't happen.
It's 100%. I know that Sting's going to get involved first off because AEW does nothing but run-ins.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and then that's point one. And then point two is that Sting said that he wasn't going to get involved. And in wrestling, that means he is getting involved.
100%.
Yeah.
Guarantee it. He's getting CM Punk's getting a bat to the ankles. Look out.
Yes.
It's going to happen.
Absolutely. That's how that works.
I love it.
Wrestling 101. If they say they're going to do something, they're going to do the opposite.
Yes.
It's all about those surprise pops. Yeah. What do you got here, David? Paying those Zona 78 prices. Oh. I don't know what that means, Zona 78.
Well, for, I think, the salad prices. It's hard when you go in the comment section. They reference something from 5 minutes ago, right?
Yeah.
Who knows? I think he's still talking about salad.
Yeah, maybe. All right, we got to do a quick little tease here. Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's Beef Vegan Presents on a Friday. Thank you guys for listening. And I got Powers hanging out here with me. Powers, coming up next. I'm going to let you pick. What do you want to do next? We have a lot of different things that we could cover.
Let's see. I know there's some macho news possibly. We also got some Gangsta Granny to talk about at some point.
Gangster Granny with the best mugshot ever that I will post on my Beef Vegan Facebook page and on Instagram. You got to see this Gangster Grandmother. This mugshot is hilarious. My favorite mugshot of the week. Speaking of social media, we are streaming the show right now live on Rock 102.1's Facebook page. So you can get in on the fun and comment in real time and hang out with us off the air as well. And we're also on YouTube, Beef Vegan Presents. So what's the word? What are we doing next?
Why don't we talk about, I got to talk about that. I'm here, professional wrestling.
All right, Macho News coming up next after Disturbed. Beef Vegan Presents, Rock 102.1, KFMA, baby. Clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going macho on this next one, which is good because we got a lot of wrestling stuff to talk about, and we were already kind of getting our beaks wet doing that. Continue with this roll call. What we got going on here? Good morning, Linda. It's good to see you on the stream as always. Good morning, Kirsten. Where's my YouTubers at? Well, we got David on the YouTube, so that's one. And then I see if Manny's there. What a week. And we're looking forward to this 3-day weekend. This will be my first day off, I guess, besides the weekend since I started the show. So
no kidding.
Yeah. So it'll be good to get that extra day to get refreshed and have a good time. I told my managers and consultant yesterday that I'm just going to be drunk all weekend, but that's, I'm just messing with them. They honestly,
you're going to be high as well. Of course.
Yeah, of course. I'll definitely be high, but I'm actually going to be like hanging out with kids and have, doing family stuff. And, there'll be a night that I let loose.
You got to dad it up most of the time, which again is, I got to say this as a guy, I was just visiting Hawaii, right?
Yes.
This is my friend has a 7-year-old. She's the best. Sometimes hanging out with your kids, it is more fun than drugs. Kids are great fun.
Yeah, they are
being
fun.
A dad, doing all that stuff, that is fun. That is fun too. And then you pick a night and you go nuts.
Yeah.
But that's awesome.
Devin, this is for you. So now you know the difference. That's Powers right there. And then myself. So we got our name tags. Welcome to the stream,
is my
dude.
Microphone even on?
Yeah, your microphone's totally on.
Okay. It says it's off on my end.
No, I muted so we don't get the echo.
Is that what it is? Okay,
yeah, all the audio is going through the board.
Got it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
In fact, actually, if that video is not too long, you should email it to me. The 7-year-old making a speech. If you want, we could show it on the stream.
Yeah,
you know what? Strike that. They can't hear it on the stream anyways.
I'd rather edit it down. We can edit it, make it even better.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Another time.
Right. So yes, it's a lot of things that we're gonna get to. But yeah, I mean, back to the consultant and manager. I say that I'm gonna be like wrecked all the time because they think I'm just this maniac. So I lean into it. I let him think that, like, oh man, somehow he's up so bright and early. He wakes up at 4 o'clock in the morning every morning, even though the night before he's at the strip club doing cocaine and whiskey shots till close. Like that's what they think of me. They think I am this wild man, which is great. It's cool to have that persona. But the reality is you can't do it consistently, responsibly if you live that life.
That's responsibly.
Yes.
Is the word.
Yeah. I mean, hell. I mean, Powers was at the strip club doing cocaine and hookers last night, and he showed up 45 minutes late.
Listen, I can't help it. All right. That hooker's ass was something to see.
Yes.
And I lost track of time.
I
was trying to get up at the crack of dawn. I got up the crack of something else.
I follow you on Instagram. I saw your story, and I liked it. So, yes, you're not lying. Let's see. You know what? I haven't yet. And I know what you're talking about because I'm in a couple groups on Facebook, and he's talking about the owner of a coffee shop went to Vail with zip ties, threatening to arrest the principal over a mask mandate. It's really stupid, and I don't touch it on the air right now. I'll explain why after we do some macho news. Okay, let's do that. Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's another week down in the world of professional wrestling, and things are heating up. And with all the updates we need to know, we got the Macho Man, Randy Powers, in studio. It's time for another round of the Macho News. That's your cue.
Oh, yeah, dig it. That's right. I know what cue's coming up. I was just spinning, thinking, looking up, looking down. That's exactly right. Don't look anywhere else. You got to keep it here and listen because we got the news for you. Yeah.
Yeah, what's been going on in the world of wrestling?
Well, I don't know if you've been paying attention. We've been talking a lot about that AEW. That's right. That professional wrestling organization that is bringing all your favorite independent wrestling stars together into one big universe. And there's one guy that just made his return. We were talking about it for months. It was true and it happened. Yeah. CM Punk is back. Oh, yeah.
CM Punk is back. After 7 years, he's returned to the squared circle.
That's right. Making a rampage over on AEW. Got his first match lined up. Big return. Cutting promos. It was poetry in motion for sure. Watching the best in the world.
Yeah.
Give it up again. Yeah. Yeah. I love it.
And this is actually a huge move for AEW because this is probably the biggest star they have obtained to date. I mean, they have icons like Sting in the organization, but nobody was a hotter commodity for a return than CM Punk. People have been wanting to see CM Punk back in the wrestling industry for 7 full years and chanting his name consistently over these last 7 years.
CM Punk's become a symbol for, I do not like what I'm seeing right now. I would love to see something else, and people chant CM Punk, and now they've got the man they've been screaming for damn near a decade.
Yeah, that's big news. I mean, that's just one of the many returns that have been happening in AEW. There's still rumors and speculation of what's going to happen in the months to come, including Bryan Danielson.
Yes. Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, CM Punk teased that as well in an interview. It's like, that's another guy's gimmick, but you're going to have to wait another month or so before you start seeing that.
Ooh, that's right. That's quite a tease. Practically a spoiler. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff happening. There was a lot of good returns a few weeks ago as well. The Man came back in the WWE, that Becky Lynch.
Yes.
And she became, in just one heartbeat, the new SmackDown Women's Champion. Yeah, look at that.
Yes, but a lot of people are crying foul over that.
Very upset. That's right.
Because Bianca Blair, who was the first ever African-American woman or black woman to headline WrestleMania, was a prominent champion. And just like that, they took that belt away from her with no build-up or nothing.
Well, that's what happens sometimes. Bianca Belair, a bit of a super face, a little naive, goes for a handshake. You can't trust the Man making a comeback because when it comes to the WWE Championship, man or woman, there's no friends to be had. No.
Okay. All right. And well, finally, let's talk about the world of NXT. The future looks bleak for NXT. Am I wrong?
Well, I don't know what the word bleak is when it comes to that because usually it'd say the future looks bright, right?
Yes.
Well, that new logo's certainly bright, but oh, it's horrible, isn't it?
Oh, it's
Bleak
ugly.
is the word. I don't know what they've got going on. It seems like old Bruce Pritchard's got his fingers in the mix, and Vince McMahon has found all the young kids playing over in his son-in-law's playground, and he says, I think I like some new toys to ruin.
Yeah, I mean, that logo's uglier than the barflies at the end of the night when the lights come back on. You know what I mean?
Absolutely
It's
true.
not good.
That's why I wear these sunglasses all the time. You don't want to get too good a look that time of night.
Oh, no, not at all. There's a recap in the world of wrestling with Macho Man Randy Powers, your Macho News on Beef Vegan Presents. We got more show to go. Still 45 minutes, so hang out and rock out with us on this Friday morning. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA.
Dig it!
Clear. Excellent job. So now we know everything that we need to know about the world of professional wrestling. And again, thank you for joining us here on the stream. Let's get into this gangster grandma. I don't know if we're going to talk about this on the air, but I do want to show you this mugshot because this is the best mugshot I've ever seen in my life. Is that an is that an oversell?
It's
You
not
be the judge.
no, because it could easily be one of the best mugshots you'll ever see.
All right, before I share this screen with you, which I'm about to right here, let me give you a backstory. The reason why this woman got arrested and has a mugshot. She's a woman in Tennessee, and she got pulled over and by the cops, and they smelled marijuana. And so officers asked her if she had marijuana on her, and she said, yes, she did, actually. And they're like, well, how much do you have? And she's like, nah, maybe an ounce. Right? On her farm. Okay, let me backtrack. I fucked up the story already. She didn't get pulled over. They went to her house on a call. They asked, they were informed that she had marijuana in her possession. In Tennessee, I guess that's a no-no. They asked how much she had. She said maybe an ounce of marijuana. But it turns out she downplayed that just a little bit. Because according to the 15th Drug Task Force of Tennessee, investigators recovered over 20 pounds and 40 plants of marijuana from her property. Now, of course, listening to this in Arizona, you're like, what's the big deal? It's legal here, right? It's legal. It's not legal in Tennessee, so it is a big deal. Authorities said that they searched the residence nearby. They recovered more growing and possessed marijuana. And a woman referred to as Miss Brewington on social media. So she even had like a slang name. She was the neighborhood hookup. Miss Brewington got the hookup. She was arrested. And when she was arrested, she was not too happy about it. So here's the mugshot that I'm in love with. You see that?
That's so good.
Yeah.
Look at that. I love that they actually post this. They know what they're doing. They're like, oh, everyone's going to love this mugshot. Do they make, I got to ask you, do they make you take another mugshot? Like you stop, stand there, and make you take a real one?
Yes.
Like they have to. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So they absolutely, and I don't know this for a fact, but I'm guessing that they absolutely made her do another mugshot. But they kept this one for social media because then they posted their mugshot to Facebook and added smiley faces over the middle fingers as a way to troll her in a way. And the internet has mixed reactions to her mugshot. Some saying she has no respect for authorities, while others are calling her a hero. I lean towards the others calling her a hero. I mean, this gangster grandma, Miss Brewington, who is down with the ganja as well.
This is one of those things that if this keeps perpetuating, she'll end up having a miniseries made about this woman, or they'll base it on her life.
Yeah.
Because like she's local, she's got a nickname about this. Like she had that much marijuana where she's trying to downplay it. It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Because I did some math because I had to go travel. I was traveling, right? So I had to make sure my medical stuff was all organized and the right thing.
Yeah.
It's like you're allowed to travel with 4 ounces. I'm like, okay, what's 4 ounces? Because I don't know.
Yeah.
Mathematics. It turns out one of those vape cartridges, right? Okay, that 1,000 milligram thing is this. How many of these? You could carry 110 of those.
Yeah.
I'm
Wow.
like, oh, that's how much. That's a wow.
Because they're
So
not
when
counting
someone
THC count or nothing like
it's
that.
like
Yeah.
that. So
they're
that's
squares.
why when you hear how many ounces or pounds of something, it's like it's that much. You don't realize like that's that much.
Yeah.
So this woman had quite a bit
Yes.
of marijuana around.
That's fantastic. I would still be sketchy about, traveling with 4 ounces to states that don't legalize marijuana, even with medical card.
Oh no, it wasn't a state that's why you just follow the rules. But
Yeah.
I was going, I had 4 and I was like, oh, I hope this isn't too much. Oh, I could get another 2 dozen.
Yeah, it's fine.
and I'd be fine.
Yeah, you're still way under.
Yep.
Yeah.
So good.
All right, so let's go back to whose comment here. Talking about the Veil Coffee Shop. You didn't hear about this, did you?
No.
Okay, so again, to recap, this is a high school in Vail. The owner of the coffee shop was outraged that his kid was not allowed to go on a field trip, probably because he wasn't going to wear a mask or refusing to do the mask mandate. And they're trying to say, if to go on these field trips, you got to wear a mask. So he went to the outrage machine, Facebook, to some groups, got some people together, went down to the high school, stormed the principal's office. Now, the principal did agree to meet with the man and the angry mob, if you will. That's when things got a little too verbally heated, and the principal was like, okay, we've had enough of this conversation. It's time for you to leave. They threatened to arrest this principal. Citizens arrest. Now, that's a dumb move right there. Any idiot that's saying citizens arrest, they don't know.
If it's not police academy, I don't want to hear it.
Right. And they had industrial strength zip ties. So think January 6th.
Oh, you mean like the kind in the insurrection that we try to pretend didn't happen?
Yeah. Did you get those on discount at insurrection.com?
Right?
Come on.
I'm sure that they might have them custom made in colors now with all your favorite catchphrases on them as well.
Yeah. I wouldn't even be surprised if this a-hole had bear mace on him.
Yeah.
As well, because those are the two things here. Am I a dipshit kit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I a dipshit kit?
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Get those big sunglasses. Oh man.
Yes.
Idiots.
So that happened. And so then the cops were called. They left before the cops arrived. And so right now, no charges are being pressed. And it's good that they left before they did something even stupider, like trying to physically touch this principal and putting zip ties on this principal would be a bad deal. Now, this as a business owner, it's a bad look. Obviously, there's going to be a portion of the population, a large portion of the population, that's going to be supportive of this guy as well. So that's how divided we are when it comes to something as simple as this.
Yep.
And that's why I didn't talk about it on the air. In a way I can't, because right now, as much as we know that it's bad look and it's just dumb, what did I do? Oh, you know what? Okay, yes, thank you so much. We're going to do an unboxing on the video right now. That's on it,
the internet loves this sort of thing. It's true.
Okay, but yeah, as much as it's a bad look and everything, I'm trying to bring people together. And that's why we play a lot of games. In this time of division, and there's so much, if you give an opinion about something, there's just so much division, and we're so polarized. And it's heartbreaking to me because I love people, and I want us to all be able to party and have a good time. So that's why we incorporate a lot of games on the show, and we try to stay away from this. Now, yesterday I had a meeting with my consultant. They asked me what I'm going to do about 9/11. Right? I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? You want me to prevent it? I gotta go into the multiverse and make it never happen. No. How am I going to address it? Because 9/11 is coming up. It's our 20th anniversary of 9/11. I've been in radio doing morning radio now for over 12 years. I've had plenty of 9/11 shows. Trust me. And I'm one of those kooks and conspiracy theorists that don't believe the official narrative. It is what it is. And people don't like hearing that.
See, it's funny because with Q stuff nowadays, and none of that, that's all a bunch of nonsense, whatever. Back in the day where it's like, yeah, this doesn't add up. And boy, these fell this way. And boy, it's like, I do lean toward a lot of like,
yes,
and it's funny because now I understand why maybe my parents, whatever, looked at me then as crazy as I look at Q people now, because that's how much they're like, that would be impossible.
Yes. And I will say this, I could make the argument that the reason why we're in the position today, while we're so divided as a nation and so many people believe absurd conspiracy theories, is because we were possibly fed the biggest lie of our lifetime during that. But again, that's all I'm saying. And now on the stream, on 9/11, or luckily, I don't think we do a show on 9/11. I think it falls on a weekend.
Okay, then what are they worried about at all then?
Yeah. So, we might make a brief note, like observation saying that's what it is, but we're not going to make a big deal out of it because, again, considering Afghanistan, everything that's going on,
right? It's
just safe to stay away from that stuff. Now, let me get to this. So with that meeting yesterday, you realize, I'm in a broom closet. Powers is here for free. The studio is makeshift, half-assed, not completely done. These are all things that you guys know about. We've been documenting. And the company knows that I'm kind of, being screwed over in a way. They know that this is not the ideal setup or situation, but their hands are tied based on the moment, I think. So I was talking about how I don't have headphones, working headphones. Like, you see how I got one ear up, one ear on. This is the only ear that works. And this is like my bad ear. So I was like, man, I got screwed over on some money on my paycheck. Right? Yes. That's a whole nother thing. I was misled to think I was going to get paid more on an endorsement, and they shorted me about $150. And I'm like, that's a bummer, because, I was going to budget that to get myself some new headphones. Mm-hmm. And then Mac started asking me, well, what kind of headphones are you looking for? What do you need? And I'm like, well, just something that looks cool, that fold up, that I could use at around $100 is what I was looking to budget. Then he doesn't say anything. I know what this guy's doing. So yesterday during the meeting, he told me that they bought me new headphones, and that's what this is. Now, yes, that's nice. At the same time, you got me headphones. How about you give me like a computer that works? How about you give me a salary increase? How about you give me a budget so I can pay people like Powers for coming in and contributing to the show? And they're like, well, we can't do any of that, but we bought you headphones. So I'm like, you know what? All right, fuck Powers. I do want headphones. Let's see what we got. Ooh. This is an unboxing video.
Ooh, that's a fine brand.
Mm-hmm. It sure is.
It sure is. That's top brand.
Ta-da. Oh, there's some, I guess some gift receipts in here. All right, so I don't know how much they actually spent.
Oh, God, that's not nothing.
There we go. So I got some Shure headphones, courtesy of the company. Thank you, Lotus Broadcasting. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Mac. This is very nice, and it is definitely something. So I appreciate that. And this is good, because they are starting to believe in the show, which is awesome. And the reports of the ratings and everything are continuing to go up. So this is kind of like a small way to say we're sorry for constantly banging you without your consent. And I'll take it. So I'll put them on after this next segment. Sure. I just threw them down there. Like, that's a lot of value there. All right, we're on to 5. Let's do this. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Now, it is the weekend, and this is a big weekend. Labor Day weekend is huge for 2 reasons. One, we got a 3-day weekend, and it's fun, and we got to celebrate why we're, celebrating Labor Day, and that's to celebrate the workforce and everything else. It's a thank you for all the hard workers, previous generations, not the ones working from home. They don't need extra thank yous because they're phoning it in. But it's also a big weekend for movie releases. Yes. And the movie that Powers and I are both excited about the most is,
I believe it is Shang-Chi.
That's right. 100%.
Master of Kung Fu.
Shang-Chi has been doing a lot of breaking records already before even being released. Now, I think it's officially released, but I think it's Rotten Tomatoes score is a record somehow, some way.
It was 100.
100%.
It was 100% for like a long amount of time. I'm not sure if it's 100% right this second, but certainly like 99 point something, whatever it is.
Yeah. Okay. What do you know about Shang-Chi?
Well,
what's going on with this movie?
So Shang-Chi is, so it's called Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Yes.
Shang-Chi, famously the Marvel comic Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu. So Shang-Chi, if you think about comics, that's what you're starting to see in the movies, is comics are genre. Comics are like, oh, there's this character. He's their Western character. There's Ghost Rider. Oh, he's a spiritual, supernatural character, zombie characters, Man-Thing, things like that. So when you get Shang-Chi, that is their like, oh, we're going to start martial arts and Kung Fu comics back in the 70s. And that's what Shang-Chi is. So He is like, the movie's going to be like, all right, here's our Marvel martial arts movie. This is going to be sick.
Yeah.
Like, I'm super pumped for it because I love martial arts movies, whether they're Japanese martial arts movies or like Western, like infused martial arts stuff where, like you get the Japanese Western stuff.
Yes.
And then vice versa with American stuff. So I'm really excited. Again, another Marvel cinematic, piece of the puzzle.
Yes. As we move forward into the multiverse, and I wonder how much of the multiverse will be addressed in Shang-Chi.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the multiverse coming in play it, but you never know because What If is out now.
Yes.
So you never know.
Right. One of the good things about Shang-Chi is that they did not whitewash this film.
Well, that's what's exciting about it because that's even super on topic for even just this past year with like Stop Asian Hate and all that stuff that's going on. It's like, oh, I'm glad they have this movie coming out because also they got some flack for Doctor Strange.
Yes.
When they had what's her name was the wisest one.
Tilda, whatever.
Yeah, Tilda Swanson was like
Tilda
wise,
Swanson.
Yeah.
And she was a white lady as opposed
Mm-hmm.
to an Asian. And China was actually upset that they were making this movie because Shang-Chi, I think in the comics, has a Fu Manchu.
Okay.
So stereotypically, that's a kind of racist.
Because
Asian
again,
thing.
invented in like the 70s. Same time as Black Panther, same time as some of these other characters that at the time they have some unfortunate racial stereotypes. You got a lot of comics are written by a bunch of white men at 2 companies in New York City.
Yes.
Never forget that. So
That's
you got
right.
all these jive talk. This is how people talk. Yeah.
And yes.
Let's,
Yeah.
like a white guy writing how teenage girls talk. It's the worst, or any teenager.
Like totally.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
here's a quick clip of Shang-Chi, The Legend of Ten Rings. Check this out. All right. And so that's where he's actually going to fight
Abomination.
Abomination.
Yep.
First time Abomination is back in the Marvel theaters, Marvel universe since the Incredible Hulk. And we saw the backstory of Abomination, right? Isn't that Tim Roth?
Yes.
Yes. He turned into Abomination.
Yep. And that was a big deal. It's because Tim Roth at the time, I remember, big time actor. And it was like him doing this type of role. And he just come off, I think, Planet of the Apes as well. And him doing this kind of villain and going in that CGI thing, which was still kind of new. Back, that's only Iron Man had come out, and then Incredible Hulk is the second one. So pretty wild that he was doing that. Now him being back, Abomination looks different. He's been modernized a bit.
Yeah.
But what they can do with CG now, he's gigantic.
Right.
So you do have your big CG fight with a monster. You got a lot of fun stuff.
Do you know if Tim Roth is Abomination?
I believe he is.
Yeah.
I believe.
What else is he doing?
Wrong.
He's not doing anything else.
I know. Well, that's true. Like, what's Tim Roth been up to? But I'm not sure. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited. Like, again, more Marvel. Bring it.
There you go. So that's action, that's sci-fi, that's what you're looking for if you're a Marvel fan. Now, if you don't like any of that fun stuff and you want to be bummed out a little bit and get serious for 9/11 coming up right around the corner, there is a new movie coming to Netflix called Worth, and it stars Michael Keaton, Stanley Tucci, like a who's who as far as great comedians. Even Mark Maron is in this film. This is a Netflix movie, and it's talking about an attorney in Washington, D.C. who battles against cynicism, bureaucracy, and politics to help victims of 9/11. Here's a quick clip from that movie. There you go. So that's Michael Keaton overacting in this movie. You can tell, you can hear it so much, but that's all right. And yeah, what a trip there.
That's like they had to create a rubric, an algorithm practically for like what the committee has to come up with a dollar value for each life or limb lost.
Wow.
How horrible.
If you had to guesstimate, what would you say someone's life value would be?
I actually don't want to, because there's
average,
no way I could make it funny. Or anything.
True. I'd say $1 million at least, right?
I guess, but even that, I hate any of that. Anytime anything happens, even it's like, oh, there was a car accident, something happened. Well, their daughter's dead, but then they sued them and got this many, 1 million to 10,000. Right. It doesn't matter.
Anyone in that situation would trade in all the money for the world.
Even all the pandemic stuff. Like, we'll give you a $2 raise.
That's my bad. I know it's Friday. I don't mean to be a bummer, Powers. That was my bad. You know, I do like Michael Keaton and Mark Maron, so I was like, hey, you check that out. But yeah, I should have known. I should have known better. But either way, that is coming to Netflix. So if you want to, cry by yourself.
There's a documentary that just went on Netflix about 9/11 that I'm even.
I know there's so many.
It's all going to happen. 20th anniversary is coming up.
Yes,
it is going to happen.
Exactly.
I looked at it. It's on Saturday.
Okay, it's on Saturday. Excellent. All right, that's your movie news. We're going to wrap things up on the show next. So keep it right here. Beefing Presents. Clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just like, oh yeah, that was so depressing.
Because I couldn't. I can't. Like, what number can you say?
Yeah, right.
I'm trying to be like, oh, I could make a toe is worth, like, now I'm making jokes.
I know.
This is terrible.
Yep. Yeah,
but
you're right.
It is what it is. Movies are coming out.
I'm gonna try these headphones.
I'll get them. It's all right. I'm trying to find them, and they're not popping up. I'm gonna look up.
Oh, you're looking them up to see what the cost is?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, see if they're really $100 or they went cheapy on me.
SRH. They look great.
Yeah, they look great. They look fantastic.
550 DJ headphones. Let's go. Here we go.
DJ headphones. I mean, I
Are they? Let me see what they look like. See, this is still not what they look like. Okay, there we go.
okay. So this left, right.
Zero DJ professional quality DJ headphones. Okay, they have. There are only 7 left in stock. They have a reviews of over 127 reviews.
Okay.
At 4.5 stars.
4.5 stars is good.
What do you think the price is? And you can guess any price. Go ahead. What do you think it is? Did they
Over
did they
under
cheap you?
$100? I'm going to say under $100. I'm going to say they probably spent. They told me they spent 100. They probably spent 60.
Survey says they did you right. These are $99 headphones. They did you right.
All right.
There was another pair above it that was 50, and I thought they were them. No, they got you these ones that are top quality.
Let's see if I could tell the difference in audio here.
I bet you can. I'd be curious.
Yeah.
Because that'd be nice. And again, Shure microphone.
Yeah. Oh, I was like, I can't hear anything. I'm an idiot.
Still
I still have the other ones on. I was like, they don't even work, Powers. $100 for nothing.
Look at this. There you go. Oh, they're gorgeous. Filled with logos.
I'm telling you right now, I already don't like them. And that's not to be a dick. It's because I have both these cords.
Yeah.
Check 1, check 2. I mean, it's louder. Oh my
All
God,
right.
it's louder.
Yeah.
You can hear everything.
Is it crystal clearer? Can you hear even the pebbles in your gravelly voice?
Yeah, it's actually way too.
It's too precise.
too
Is this
precise.
HD sound? I don't think I liked it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though. I mean, I
What is
liked these headphones because see, I only have 1 cord.
Okay, interesting.
Right. And instead of the 2 cords,
Sure.
I don't like that. And I said I need them to look cool. That's important because we're doing a live stream. We do a video product. So yeah, I gotta look like, decent.
Well, there's the trick. You can have the wire go behind you. Put the wire behind
Yeah.
you so it's behind you.
That's
Then
true.
the problem is if you spin, you sometimes pull out your cord.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a long cord.
Okay.
I mean, it's nice.
I don't think it looks, I think you're judging yourself a bit.
Let's see.
I don't think the 1 wire versus the 2, I don't think you look less cool. All right.
Let's see if I'm able to. Nope. Don't want to do that. I could do that still. If I want to keep an ear open, and then sometimes, for mixing and everything, I think I just broke them again. Okay. So this is why I broke my last ones. All right. What do I look like? Side profile. Look on the screen.
I think that they're sharp. They're nice shape. All right. I like the way it connects on the top, and then there's where they do the sizing. I think that's a nice look.
I think it was a nice gesture, and I think guests are going to wear these a lot.
Oh my God.
I do
my
appreciate
question.
the gesture.
Here's my question.
Yes.
Okay. If it was like $100 and they did spend the $100, why couldn't you pick out the ones to get?
Yeah, it's
know
true.
that, I would have liked the 1 wire.
I think their argument would be like, I wanted to surprise you. Something nice as a gift, right? Because I butted heads
True.
with management this week. And it wasn't the best of weeks. And so this was kind of like, forgive kind of thing. Like, I apologize. They apologize. And here's a friendly gesture.
Sure.
Like, it's all good. I'm like,
It's all good. Herb's going to love them.
yes, exactly. Herb is going to love these headphones.
Oh,
Like, they're so good. I mean, it is super loud. It's super clear, so I could hear it. And that's cool. Got that. And it is a nice gesture, but so is a lot of other things. Like,
he's like, I got a gesture for you.
I know. I'm appreciative. Trust me, I'm appreciative of any gift. I wear like if I get like a t-shirt that's horrendous, but it's a gift, I will wear that t-shirt instead of returning it.
Guilty.
Yes, I am.
And you wear it around the person that gave it to you.
Well, yeah. I mean, your style. I mean, I don't think there's a t-shirt you met that you haven't liked, but
Blank ones.
yes, exactly.
What you're wearing now, I'm like,
Yeah.
what is he doing?
I know.
He wants to look cool. He's wearing just there's not even a graphic on that shirt. How will anyone know the interests that he has?
Yeah, I know. I'm not a billboard. I'm
I know.
a person.
I prefer to have various things so people, they see me in the street, they'll go, oh yeah, and I go,
Yeah. You
Dig
are
it.
a walking profile.
I like people to know what I like.
Yes. And where you've been and things like that.
That's right.
Yes. Oh, he was at that concert in 1997.
That's
Yeah.
My favorite shirt. I'll tell you what. I found a thrift store once. One of the best thrift store finds in my life. I found a thrift store shirt from the Guns N' Roses Metallica tour in the '90s, like that first tour.
Yeah.
It's worth hundreds of dollars. I'm like, boom!
Yeah.
I love that thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good tour shirt to find. But I don't have a lot of tour shirts. When it comes to t-shirts, I don't have a lot of band tees. Do you have a lot of band tees?
I do have a handful of band tees. I do like band tees. You know, at some point, actually, I don't think I'll ever give them up. And like my daughter steals a lot of my band tees too. So it's good though. They're good investments.
I've never met a wrestling shirt I didn't like. That's for sure.
That's true. I won't wear a wrestling shirt, even though I'm a secret wrestling mark.
See, I love wearing wrestling shirts, but there are wrestling shirts go through different eras of, oh, this looks like a regular shirt. And then they'll get back to like, oh, they just printed a guy gigantic on a block. And it's like, who would wear this? And it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's terrible. But there are some wrestling shirts that like, they don't look like wrestling shirts. I like those ones.
Yeah.
But at the same time, just a classic Austin 316 to me.
That's a good shirt.
That's like wearing a Yankee jersey. That's just the best.
And at this point, it's iconic and ironic.
Yeah.
To where even if you're not a wrestling fan, you could pull that off and it's a good look.
Right?
Austin 316. Everyone knows that.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Jay Styles know that the Macho Man's album rocks. That's right. Be a man, Hulk. That's right.
Do you know that that was my interaction with Macho Man that he came to Last Call, was the bar I was DJing at, to promote his record.
Get out of town.
Yes. Now it's kind of like a great story and like a sad story because I didn't get to hang out with him that much because at the time I was partying too hard. I was kind of like mixed up. So I only got to meet him briefly.
Okay,
and this was after people were like, you got to come down here. Macho Man's here. It's my bar. And he went there and he played some tracks live on the CD and rapped over them. Wow. And I got a copy of the album Be a Man and I listened to it and it was terrible.
Terrible. Amazingly terrible.
Amazingly terrible. But Macho Man was, in fact, like my favorite wrestler, especially at that time.
Yeah.
I love the Macho Man, everything he brought to the table. And see him even briefly in person, he was one of these megastars that just, he had that presence to him. It was an energy that would just come off him. That was nuts.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I wish I could.
Yeah.
You get to meet the Macho Man?
In Glendale, Arizona.
That's
of
amazing.
all places. Yeah.
You met Piper up at your house. You met Macho.
The Piper story is even better.
I love it.
Yeah.
What are the wrestlers you met? While we're digging around, unless you want me to talk about other things.
I mean, I guess let's see. I know.
I'm glad I asked. Let me tell you who I met.
Okay, good. You just want to name drop here.
The one time, because I'll say the one time, like that I was like I've ever waited in line to meet a celebrity was to meet The Rock. I waited 9 hours one time to meet The Rock.
But it was a quick little meet and greet.
Quick, whatever. But he was cool. It was signing his book. I got to talk to him for a minute. Wore a shirt, made some jokes.
Yeah.
But I got to tell him and I got to meet CM Punk once too, which was really great. But again, real quick, and it's nice when you get to tell him something. And you did it resonated because they stop you then.
Okay.
And like I did tell The Rock something, and it was The Rock at the time. He just helped my confidence. Loving The Rock helped my confidence when I was a kid. And I said to him, like, I don't know what it is, but just because of the way that you are and I watch you, I don't care what people think because you know what I tell them? It doesn't matter what you think. And I would use that against bullies and whatever. And he's like, that actually means a lot to me. Like, and he talked about it. And I was like, that's awesome. It was
there
great.
You go.
It was a really good moment. I'm getting goosebumps right now.
That is a nice moment.
Yeah.
I forgot that I did interview and get to hang out with Jake Snake Roberts.
That's amazing.
That was at Comic-Con.
Nice.
Jake Roberts' voice tore up tall. He's a big dude.
Yeah.
You know, you don't consider that to mean it's because Piper was short.
Yeah.
I was around Piper's height, which was surprising to me. But Jake the Snake Roberts is like 6'4", and then smoking crack and a pack a day of cigarettes makes it sound worse than me.
I know. You and Jake Roberts could have a gravel off. I think.
My God. I didn't understand half the words he was saying. Honestly. And this is sober Jake Roberts. This is after he got sober. Yeah. All right, let's go. So loud. Rock 102.1 KFMA. This is me speaking into my brand new headphones. Thank you.
No.
Management to give me brand new headphones.
You're speaking into the mic. You're listening to
speaking into the mic, listening to my brand new headphones. It's throwing me off, Powers, to be honest with you. It does sound a little different, a lot of different, and super loud. It's like I'm inside my brain right
now. Is it HD crystal clear HD sound?
Yeah, now I know what everyone's been hearing, and I'm sorry. I apologize. I did not know.
I thought I liked the sound of my voice.
If you don't like the sound of my voice, try just turning your speaker sounds just to the left, right? So you could do that. You can go to your settings in your car, and you could balance the speakers of the noise coming out the left side or the right side. A lot of people go right in the middle. You get that surround sound. Well, I had headphones here for the last 2 years. That only the right side headphone was. And it sounded fantastic, to be honest with you. It sounded really good, guys. So if you do this, if you think I don't sound good, and it's fine, and it's totally fair, and it's understandable now because now I have 2 headphones, and I know this. So go to your settings and the balance, and just turn that knob all the way to the right. And I promise you, if I'm just on the right side of your car, I sound phenomenal.
That's amazing.
It sounds really good on the right side. The left side, not so much, but the right side, go all the way to the right, turn it all the way to the right. And you're going to love that, so that's a little tip. And that's not even the beef tip.
That's a bonus.
Yeah. Bonus tip on this Friday leading into your 3-day weekend. Speaking of bonuses, there's a lot of stupid criminals from Florida we did not get to this week. But since we do have a 3-day weekend, and let me give you a double dose of Florida dumbs.
Oh, good.
First off, police in Clearwater, Florida arrested a driver on DUI charges this week. And they did that after they spotted his SUV dangling halfway off a seawall. He was inside his car, and that's where he parked it. He was hanging halfway off a seawall. And then they came up and they're like, what are you doing? He's like, I just parked my car here. And like, yeah, man, you're about to drive into the ocean. Have you been drinking? He was. And he was arrested. So that's one of the Florida dumbs.
Yeah.
The second one, I felt like this was a repeat story because I felt like I just did a story like this a couple months ago, or even less, of a Florida woman who's behind bars right now after allegedly attacking her husband with a plate of spaghetti. Yes.
Okay.
Police say the man was not injured, just covered in meat sauce.
Well, yeah.
So from head to toe. And I was like, this just happened. So I looked it up thinking, okay, maybe this story's going viral again. Nope. Totally different scenario. There was a woman who attacked her husband with a plate of food and spaghetti 2 months ago in a different area of Florida. So it's just a thing in Florida.
Why does that make the news? How does anyone hear about this couple got in a fight and spaghetti wasn't thrown? Yeah. Why is that a headline?
Well, because the woman got arrested. So now she's a stupid criminal.
Oh, okay. Because it's actually more of a domestic dispute.
Absolutely.
That's the weapon and she got arrested.
Yeah.
Assault with spaghetti. What do you think?
I know. Spaghetti. That's all I think. Whenever I come across spaghetti stories, I think Eminem.
Have you ever listened to the remix where it's just that? It's just spaghetti. I love it. It's the best.
I wish I pulled it up right now. All right. So there was your double dose of the Florida dumbs. We only got a couple more minutes left before we head out the door and enjoy our 3-day weekend. But we'll leave you with the beef tip, and that's coming up next on Beef Vegan Presents. Don't go away. All right. So weird.
I'm
hearing myself.
Laughing. This is so funny.
Why?
Because this was so funny. I just think it's so funny. Turn me on. Just turn that.
Yeah.
Make it so it sounds like it's been broken. That's what I've been dealing for 2 years. Mm-hmm. Is this what I sound like? Oh no, that's hilarious.
I messed up. I thought it was sounding great.
That's really funny.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go, everybody. It works on the live stream too. Just change that dial all the way.
Oh, Christina, eventually the YouTube will be bigger than the Facebook. Eventually, as we continue to pump that up, because the YouTube actually runs a lot cleaner, a lot smoother as far as the audio and the video is concerned.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Gotta get a haircut too. I'm not liking any of my sound, my look. I gotta hide behind Powers here. Hold on.
There we go. Take
it away, Powers.
Feeling good. Get that. Need a little bit of lighting, maybe, perhaps. I'm not sure.
Yeah, you need better lighting.
I do. I gotta bring in my spotlight. Just bring it on in. My applause sign. I never have to turn it on. People just do it. It's fine. Yeah, it's been a good time. I've been having a good time. I'm always glad hanging out with you. It's always fun.
Even, 3 hours and 15 minutes is better than none.
I wish I'd even got in early like I was that one day that I was on time.
Yes.
I can't help it. I've got all this jet lag and time travel when you fly back from a different location. I'm all screwed up for weeks.
How's it feel to know that I'm wearing $100 headphones that I got from my company? as you come in here for free. They could have gave you $10 of that. Could have gave everyone $10 on the show.
Being a wrestling fan, sometimes you got to pay these dues.
That's true.
Got to pay these dues. We're just helping you carve it out. I'll take an opportunity. You just got to show up when it knocks.
That's right.
All right. We're building a brand here. We're building a legend.
So make sure when you show up on time.
Okay. Again, just leave a trail of coins and I'll sure to be here.
Gittins says, Beef, you literally sound the exact same as you did before. I could tell the difference.
Because again, this is not a new microphone. It's new headphones just for him.
Yes.
You are not getting a different experience. Only Beef is getting a different experience.
Yeah, you're right.
Right? That's what it is. So
yeah. But I wonder if there's people out there driving that did do that and switch their speakers just to the right.
Yes, I guarantee.
And then they're just like,
because why not? Just to test it.
Yeah.
Like,
and they'd be like, that dummy, it doesn't change anything. Like, well, yeah, it's on brand. You think I'm just, dumb saying dumb stuff.
Can I tell you what? I guarantee that there's, and I won't even say one, but two people that you just explained, and they never knew how to do that in their car with their radio.
Yes.
I guarantee you they're like, oh, that's what fade means. I thought this.
Yep. That's I was thinking about Howard Stern when I was doing that in that private parts when they're like turning the treble all the way up.
Yeah.
And, when the woman was straddling the speaker. Now it wasn't the same effect.
I think you that would work with you and your voice too, but it would definitely be, I'll tell you, probably more than a woo, 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 woo. Yours would be like a get that gravel.
Yeah.
You got that gravel.
Yeah.
That's a buzzer.
Just read news.
Just read news, all good. Get that phone book out.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
start with
going sexy.
Start with the M's. Oh, look out.
Let's see. Todd says, I'm deaf on my right side. And I thought, you sounded great there.
There you go.
That was a good beef burn.
There you go.
Yeah.
Beef burn.
Thanks, Todd.
I love it.
Hey, thanks for lunch yesterday, by the way. I meant to text you. Your fiance is absolutely lovely. She was awesome to hang out with. And congratulations. You did good. She's settling, but you did good.
So, that's right. You got a lot of class. It's all low, but you got a lot of class.
But yeah, so I told the Paris story earlier, but right before we started the live stream. It was true. It was fun. And I did feel a little awkward. And Todd was witness to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, he was. And he's just like, oh, that's weird. This server's going all in on making me feel like a dumb dick.
That really is something, right? Like, who does that? It's weird when you do get like the server that absolutely doesn't give, because sometimes I dig it.
Yeah, 0S.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm fine with that sort of thing. And sometimes I am like, this is actually like I'm an annoyed customer, which you don't want to be.
Right.
You don't want to be an annoyed customer because you hate. I'm usually when dealing with an annoyed customer, but then sometimes you're like, no, I'm allowed to be annoyed by this.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me like that. What do I know?
Right.
Oh, pardon me.
That's funny.
That is fun.
We got, let's see, what's going on here? Bright Ideas Music, I think, is still JJ. And he's like, Manny, you blocking JJ Styles like a little bitch? Don't be talking smack to listener number 1, JJ.
They've been some tension in the stream. I can't.
Oh, is there?
I don't know. There was some long blocks of text. Someone said, call me. I'll tell you all about it. I don't know what they were arguing about.
Oh.
Who knows? Unimportant.
Okay.
Unimportant. Just keep it civil and friendly in the morning.
There we go. And Manny is the number 1 ranked listener.
Really?
Yeah, he won that. We did a little game, a little competition.
There you go.
We numbered listeners. So I was doing that leading up to the competition the week before.
Oh.
Say call to get your number. If you're an OG, you listen to the show since day 1, call. And then we got like 30 people on the list. Yeah, but I left the number 1 spot open because I felt like the number 1 listener had to know their stuff. They had to earn it.
That makes sense.
So we had, a few people call in, attempt to do it. Gittins was one. He choked. Didn't know the first question.
Really?
Yeah. Manny, though, I threw out questions left and right. He told me what my social security number was. And then I was like, this is weird, but I'm going to give you number 1. Okay. You know it all. And then I got a lovely email from Manny as well, telling me about a little backstory, how he was used to listen to KFMA, went away, did some service and stuff, came back, was listening to the other shows on for a minute and saw how things really were back there. And he made a switch. And has been riding with me ever since. And I appreciate that, Manny. I appreciate you. You're number one on the sheet, number one in my heart.
There you go. Can't spell Manny without spelling the man. There he is.
That's right. The man. Yes, the Powers is back.
It's nice to be back. Thank you again for having me all the time.
Yeah, of course.
I appreciate it.
I mean, we are just beginning, and that's the good news. Like, we're about to have some fun. Powers and I, with the rest of the crew, going into this, we're going to do some parties. And this fall is going to be a blast, to say the least. So we're working on some big moves, and we want you guys to be a part of it, so we can all have fun together, because that's what this is all about. Doing this run, and it's old school radio at its finest, right? It's all part of the crew.
Yeah.
And you know, what's the point of doing this if you can't have like great times and experiences together?
See how much I'm genuinely laughing. Like, again, like I do dig in there. Like I say, there's nothing like radio stuff, radio entertainment, like fun fact games, things like that. Like I do love it. It's a lot of fun games.
I'll run 5 seconds.
Oh, let's go.
Rock 102.1 KFMA, that's Smashing Pumpkins 1979, and it is Friday morning and almost 10 o'clock, which means I'm about 4 minutes away from starting my 3-day weekend.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm stoked, and I hope you guys have a great long weekend. But before I head out the door, let me leave you with this, okay? This is a funny story of a man who flew a banner over South Florida last weekend as he proposed to his girlfriend.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like, I have a question, and people thought that this marriage proposal was indecent. See, the problem is the woman her name started with a J. Her last name was a W. And her middle name actually started with an E. But it would have cost too much to have a banner flying over with her full name. So he only used the initials.
Oh, my God.
So it read, the banner that flew over South Florida, Jew, I have a question. Now, obviously, people are going to get upset by this, especially in this time and age where you feel like there's a lot of hatred that's in the forefront. So you would not be surprised at something. You'd be outraged at something like this, but you're like, in Florida. Florida's technically the South. Yeah, you know.
South as it gets, actually.
Right. But that wasn't the case at all, okay? So my beef tip leading to this story is always check the initials and never go with the initials when you're doing public declarations of love. And I know this from experience, okay? Because I dated a girl named Wendy Allen Peterson. She was gorgeous. And one day, actually, I made up a big sign and I wrote, I love WAP. Cardi B made it famous too.
She sure did. Now that means a lot of things.
That means a lot of things. It's, you know, it's an attack on the Italians, and it's also a love for fish sandwiches. Either way, it doesn't matter. You always check the initials before you proclaim your love. That's your beef tip of this Friday morning. Powers, thank you so much for hanging out. Even when you're late, you're right on time because I enjoy hanging out with you. Thank you guys for watching the stream. Don't forget, all the podcasts of Beef Vegan Presents are available on demand on our YouTube page, youtube.com/Beef Vegan Presents. Enjoy your 3-day weekend. We'll be back Tuesday morning bright and early. And as always, drive safe, ride safe, and rock local. Later.
Fashionably.
When you wish upon a side of beef, soon will
Later, guys.
come
Thanks for
an end to all your grief. But if you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.